Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, March 18th, 2016. As we come to the end of our trading week, we have a full day ahead. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions, and you'll have a good time on the site. An absolutely awesome economic calendar. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand, early in the morning, and absolutely gorgeous outside, blue skies, white sandy beaches, and, well, very hot. But that's okay. We will move on. All right, traders, let me introduce myself to you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series. And I started trading in the year of 2006. And in 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic in the great state of Florida. Traders, I do trade the markets every day. I know what's going on. I have a news feed that I pay for, and now with modern technology with iPads, iPhones, Androids, all that stuff, you can have everything at your fingertips, right? You can take your trades on the go. So, what do I do? Well, first of all, I am very alert to what's going on fundamentally. I know what data is coming out, and everybody should know what data is coming out and what to expect in your trading day, depending on what session you trade. Now, I trade all three sessions, and only about 3 hours in the New York session, but I do trade all three sessions. So, I start early in the morning, and I end late at night, and no, I don't sit in front of my computer all that time. I do go out. But again, iPhone, I can bring up my trades, I can adjust anything, I can do anything I want on the go, or my iPad. So, I'm a technician. I love candlestick patterns, price actions, price structure, price failure, support, resistance, right? I do use indicators to help me to get the edge. So when I'm trading Forex, I use harmonics, right? Why do I use harmonics? Because I think Fibonacci numbers are great and everybody uses them, so why not use an indicator that is totally about Fibonacci? The other thing is when I trade options, I use Ichimoku, and that helps me a lot when I'm trading options, and I only do that in the New York session. So I take my fundamentals, I put my technical analysis together, and I come up with a trade plan. And then I trade the plan. And once I enter the plan and I enter the trade, I don't adjust anything. I let it do its thing. If the trade's going against me, I get out of the trade. Very easy. You don't need to wait for the 40 pip stop to get hit. Get out early. Take a 15 pip hit and then just re-enter the trade when it's ready. Okay? So that's just a little bit of how I trade. So let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Keep the lawyers happy. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember, when you click that mouse and enter that trade, you have risk on the table, right? So just remember that and make sure your money management system is in line. Always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's talk about some news and commentary. Let's see how the markets closed yesterday. It looks like the U.S. markets didn't do too bad. The Dow 30 closed positive 0.90%. The S&P 500 closed 0.66%. The NASDAQ closed 0.23%. And the small cap 2000 closed 1.54%. Not too bad. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the Eurozone. The DAX closed negative 0.91%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed at positive 0.42%. And the CAC 40 out of Paris closed negative 0.45%. With the Eurostoxx 50 also closing negative 0.85%. So pretty mixed there in the Eurozone. More reds than greens. All right, traders, let's take a look at Asia, where I am currently at. And all our markets are open in Asia right now. And we'll take a look at the Nikkei 225, which is currently negative 1.74%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.15%, and the China A50 is positive 0.26%, and the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is positive 0.36%, and our good friends in Seoul is also in the green at 0.17%. All right, let's take a look at the economic calendar. If my economic calendar will work today. Let's see. Looks like it's working. Wow. That's good. All right, so what do we have? We have some data coming out today. We have an interest rate decision. I'm sorry. It's core CPI out of Canada today. It's a high impact. And then they have retail sales coming out of Canada today. And at 8 a.m., and that's 2000 hours Thailand time, we have FOMC member Dudley speaking. He'll shake the boat a little bit. Then at 10 a.m., and that's 2100 hours Thailand time, we have Michigan current conditions, which is coming out. That's a medium impact news event. And then Michigan consumer sentiment, Michigan consumer expectations, and then 2200 hours in Thailand, so that's going to be 10 a.m. We have FOMC member Rosengreen speaking. A lot of talkers today. Wow, on a Friday. And then that wraps up our Friday as far as our economic calendar goes. So we'll just keep an eye on that stuff. I do see... I don't have any numbers, though. The BOJ had monetary policy meeting minutes released today. And China had house prices, and that was positive. They were expecting 2.5%. It came in at 3.6%. So we did have some stuff today, and all good. All right, traders, let's get started. Commentary. A lot of the charts today are counter trend. And what do I mean by that? That price action, if it was a bearish chart, has moved to the upside. So we have a lot of charts that are at really nice prices to short, right? So we want to be careful with that. It's a Friday. People are going to be taking profits, and we need to be aware of that when we make our trades. When does that come relevant? Well, that comes relevant at the start of a session and the end of a session, right? People are getting in, and then people are getting out of their trades, okay? So we just want to be aware of that. All right, traders, let's get moving to the charts. Here's the euro dollar. You can see that had an update yesterday. Continuation of the FOMC meeting, and just a continuation to them. I'll tell you, the U.S. in the afternoon really is unbelievable how much price action we're seeing in the U.S. session. Unfortunately, for me, that's 1 a.m. in the morning. So we're at resistance here. We're at resistance. You can see I put a resistance line on there. You know, I'd like to enter this at 1.1330 and take this back down. You know, this is going to come back down. I looked at the daily chart, and I have to be honest with you. The daily chart looks very, very ugly. Really, a lot of price action in both directions. However, if you look at it spatially, it's still in a downtrend, and that's my bias. And so my bias is to sell the euro dollar. And also, you know, the basics of trading is we always sell at resistance and we buy at support. So I want to sell this. I want to bring it. We want to get in at what did I say? 1.1330. We want to get out at 1.1176. And that's a 200 exponential moving average where I expect some kind of a bounce there. So we want to get out maybe 5 or 7 pips above that and get out of that trade. These trade plans today, traders, are pretty easy. They're not difficult. The Great British Pound US dollar looks the same as the euro. It's unbelievable how it's mimicking the euro this week. And it's done it like 3 days in a row. So we're at resistance here. We just want to sell it. We're going to get in at 1.4458. And we'll get out. You can see we have our support line there. We got the 200 exponential moving average there. And we'll get out at 1.4287. Very simple trade. I think we might get a bounce at the daily pivot, but it's really not concerning me. I think if price is going to come down, it's going to go right through that. And like I said, it's Friday, so we can expect profit taking, position squaring, all that stuff. So we would expect this to come down. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Now, we know I am bullish in the Aussie. And I know we shouldn't use a candle, but I couldn't wait for another hour, another 30 minutes to make this slide. So I had to use the candle, the active candle, which you should not do when you're doing a fib level. You should always have 2 to the right and 2 to the left. So, you might have to adjust this. Now, if you're looking at this at London session, you want to count back about 12 candles, and then you can see exactly where I started the session at. So I've placed a Fibonacci tool on here, and I'm looking for a pullback to the 38.2, and we're going to enter this at 0.7590, and we're going to get out at 0.7668. So, this is a nice 70 pip trade here if it works. But we need to pull back, right? We need to pull back and then take off again. It might only come back to the 50%, which is okay. I do expect to bounce at the daily pivot. Look at the left of the chart and that price action. All right, so that's what we're expecting on the Aussie dollar today, and I think we can do that. However, there's no data in the Asia session that's going to move this Aussie. So it's basically going to be the dollar that we're going to look at today. And to tell you the truth, I haven't looked at the dollar in 2 days, so I don't know where it's at, if it's still at 96 or 97. But you should take a look at a dollar chart. And if you don't have it on your platform, you can Google it, and there's plenty of free platforms that will give you the dollar chart, and you'll know where it's at. It's always good to know where the dollar's at, right? All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Now, this pair has already made its move in Asia, right? So, however, if you look at this support line that where price is currently, and now we got a pretty big wick here, and it's going to bounce here, it looks like to me, because this wick is probably the same size as the candle. So it's a good possibility this is going to come back up to the daily pivot point, which is fine. And then we'll get into the trade at 1.4788. We're going to get out at our support zone on the bottom of the chart. You can see that yellow line. And we're going to get out at 1.4711. This pair is a great pair to trade, but we might have missed the boat. So we'll see, and we'll just keep an eye on it. But I'd like to get in this trade, but I think it's going to pull back. I think we're going to get a pullback there. And like I said, there was really no data in Asia today that would have caused this. So this is just Asia market opening, and people are buying Aussie, right? Aussie is strong, my friends. Aussie is strong. Let's take a look at the yen pair. This is a euro yen. This is I just need to pull back to this 200 exponential moving average, which of course is that green line on your chart. And we're going to get in the trade at 125.90, and we'll get out at our support zone at 125.33. So it's a 50 pip trade, easy trade. We're just waiting now for price to come to us. We're waiting for price to come to us. We're not going to chase this, right? The current candle that last candle that you're seeing on there, that's a doji, right? What does that mean? Indecision. Neutrality, right? It doesn't know what it wants to do. So the next candle is going to be really important. If we end up with another doji, it's a good possibility that this is going to go sideways now until the London Open. So just keep an eye on that. But we're bearish in the euro yen. I am not bullish in the euro yen. I'm just wanting a pullback, and then we can get in this. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Wow, this had an up day, and this, again, is continuation from FOMC. I have a couple of concerns here. One is if you look at these candles, they're really small, wimpy little candles, and a lot of indecision candles on this trip up to resistance, where it's currently at, and it hasn't been able to break this price level. So let's sell this. I have no intentions on buying the New Zealand dollar. So what I'm looking to do is I want to get in this trade at 0.6840. I'm going to take this down. I do see the daily pivot point there. We're going to get a bounce there. You can expect that. but we want to get out at the 200 exponential moving average at 0.6724. Very easy trade plans, very simple, not complicated today. They're really point blank. Price is either going to come to us where we can get in, or we just don't take the trade. And always remember that. We always want price to come to us. We don't want to be chasing candles and chasing price. Okay? Well, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on a Friday. Remember, traders, it is a Friday, and after the New York close, I will be doing the Friday wrap-up where we look at daily charts, and we do between 16 and 20 daily charts. And all we look at is price action. And that's all we do is look at all these charts, and we just talk about price action, what we can expect possibly in the week ahead. And I hope to see you there. Traders, have a great trading day, and as I always say, please trade smart and not hard. Traders, have a great time, have a great trading day, enjoy your Friday, and of course, we will see you in the next Asia session for the market opening preview. Take care, traders, and talk to you next time. Bye-bye.